with a bystander. Of course, we can't tell people how to react and say what you should have did, but in certain situations, either you have a heart or you don't. But it is near downtown, so that brings in potentially a lot of sketchy folk. There's a lot of desperate people out here, and they don't care who you are. What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Octavia, and I am back with another video. Now today we will be talking about something very disappointing, to say the least. We will be discussing the stabbing death of Cash App founder. Yes, Cash App, the app that all of us have. We're going to talk about the stabbing death of Cash App founder Bob Lee. We're going to talk about the circumstances surrounding this stabbing incident and what we know so far. What I do want to say first is there's something shady, about the news of his passing coming out before it was really supposed to. Unfortunately, his family was not able to come out when they felt comfortable doing so, within all this grieving that they have to do, for them to come out on their own time and announce his passing. Who announced his passing was his friends. It doesn't say close friends to the family. It doesn't say childhood friends, where that's basically family, just friends. I'm going to come back to that, after we discuss what we really need to discuss. But I just wanted to say that. And we just found out a few days ago, a lot of people are already making conspiracy theories and things like that, when in all actuality, we were told before it was really time to be told. Even the medical examiner, or the one that does the autopsies, even he or she did not confirm Bob Lee's death at that time. The man that is responsible for creating one of the most popular apps, Cash App, and many other apps in the tech world, he was very popular and very appreciated for his work with Android, for his work in creating Android in itself, as well as his involvement and knowledge of cryptocurrency. 46-year-old Bob Lee was near downtown San Francisco when this incident occurred. He was in the Rincon neighborhood at and around 2 a.m. In this area, there's a lot of bars, restaurants, coffee shops, and parks. So he very well could have been enjoying the nightlife on that morning. Officers responded at about 2:30 a.m. to a reported stabbing. They arrived to find Bob Lee, who was still alive at that time. He was transported to the hospital, and shortly after arriving there, he unfortunately succumbed to his injuries. Now, I did see a report that, it shows a lot about humanity. I seen a report that a bystander supposedly saw this, or the aftermath of it, with Bob Lee struggling to get help. This bystander just ignored Bob's pleas for help. Was there, but wasn't there. You know what I mean? And I say that says a lot about humanity, because at first I thought that was like a New York thing where, they big on, you see something, you still don't say anything, no matter how brutal somebody is getting beat or killed, or, whatever the case may be. I thought that was just like a New York thing and their mentality, but we're seeing that is spreading. It's more and more people walking around that don't care about anybody but themselves, and it shows in those moments, because you don't have to know a person. You don't have to be family with a person. You don't have to be the same race as a person to see that they need help. And if the least you can do is calling 911, then that's what you need to do, you know? Again, a lot is unclear, but with that report, it's like, then he wasn't the one to call the police. Thankfully, somebody did call the police, but Lord knows how long that took with that level of ignorance with a bystander. Of course, we can't tell people how to react and say what you should have did, but in certain situations, either you have a heart or you don't. More details will be released as the days and weeks go by, and hopefully they do find the person or people that did this. So we as the world found out fairly quick of this situation. So more than ever, I just want people to wait it out. I mean, my level of waiting a situation out, like I told y'all, I was waiting too long to the point where I could wait a few months to talk about something, but that doesn't necessarily help. So that's why I'm getting more prompt and more like on it with these tragedies as they happen. Let's go back to the friends. So it could have very well been a situation where Bob Lee had friends around, and that's how they knew that he was dead before, and then they told the news channels and news stations. It could have been that, but that could have been a scenario. But if Bob Lee was pleading to bystanders, that tells me that he was alone. So again, it's not fair. It wasn't fair for Bob Lee's friends to come out and run to the news stations about his condition. I'm pretty sure that wasn't cleared by the family. They probably would have wanted to do that. So I have several questions. That first one was, did the friends see what happened? Second, was he waiting on an Uber? Hopefully soon we will have a timeline to really see, you know, if he was enjoying the nightlife, what condition he was in. You feel what I'm saying? Because Rincon, the Rincon Hill neighborhood is not, I mean, they said urban, but it's not urban the way that I would view urban. But it is near downtown. So that brings in potentially a lot of sketchy folk. That's a possibility. You know, there's a lot of desperate people out here, and they don't care who you are. A lot of people on social media believe that this is some kind of conspiracy because a lot is happening with a lot of CEOs in today's time. A few CEOs have committed suicide. A few CEOs have went missing and then been found deceased. A few CEOs have been killed. But I don't want anybody to be fixated on one lane of possibilities, right? It could have been a setup. It could have very well been a setup, even though friends and family and kids, all of them loved him. Nobody had anything negative to say. But did he burn any bridges within his own company, within his own companies, within his business partnerships? I need to know what the real is, okay? Because it could be a setup that has happened where, you know, business partners, they fall out, and then because the business partner is not getting a big enough piece of the pie as far as severance, they want to kill somebody, and they want to kill the CEO, the person that they helped build X, Y, and Z. So it still could be a possibility. My eyes are just open to any and everything. You know what I'm saying? Any and everything. I'm sure, like I said, as the days go by, surveillance will be pulled. These things take time, and I'm willing to wait. respectfully. I think that more than ever, what we learned from the Idaho college murders, college student murders, is that a lot of people want to be detectives on here. A lot of people want to build their channels around them knowing so much knowledge and detective work and these things, but you're going too fast, you know? You're spreading certain ideas as facts when it's not. And I feel like now more than ever, police have to do more and more conferences because of so many theories and conspiracies that are being created. It's like the Blair Witch Project. You know what I mean? When in all actuality, we gotta let the police do the work and then we can really talk about it. I hope it wasn't nothing sketchy going on. San Fran is big with drugs. You know, I'm thinking of a lot of things. Not to say that he was a drug addict or anything like that, but you could be approached and somebody asks you, you want some crack or you want some this or that. You know what I mean? Anything could be a possibility here. But the minute that I saw the news of his passing, I was sad because, you know, reading up on his background, like, you just never know who's next, right? Somebody who is deeply influential. The person that had the knife and did the incident probably had an Android themselves or had Cash App downloaded on their shit. So it's just ridiculous to know that such pioneers in technology, something that we're going to need for the next God knows how long, you know, is gone. Like, when you think of it like that, it's like, damn. You know, of course, there'll be somebody to fill in, you know, as CEO or CFO or however the title will go. But there will never be another him. And his mind, you know, it was celebrated. It should continue. It should continue to be celebrated. And I hope that a lot of people that were close to him learned enough. You know, sometimes you friends with a person and you enjoy their company, but you don't necessarily learn their ways, learn how their mind works. You don't gain proper knowledge, but with him, y'all, I hope y'all learn something, because y'all gonna need to pick up where he left off. And those are big shoes to fill. I hope that the person that did this, I hope they feel the weight of what they did. I hope they feel the weight. And with some people, they can rationalize this or that and how it was worth it. This one, I don't know how you gonna do that. It very well could have been a setup, but San Fran, it very well could have been a junkie. It could have just been a stick-up robber. It could have been, it's a lot of different things that it could have been, and I am down for the ride. So make sure y'all like this video, comment below y'all thoughts, and say rest in peace to Bob Lee. He is a father, he has a wife, and I just couldn't imagine, you know, having small kids. I just can't imagine. So it's your girl, Octavia. I will see y'all in my next video. Thank y'all for watching, and again, like this video and subscribe.